Alright, today is Sunday, Saturday the 27th. We're going to do all our dailies, but we're going to be doing 3 ley lines and also the Pyro and Amino bosses mainly. The, what's it called? Hit the screenshot button on my game. They're so talkative today. Sitting in the wrong place, I imagine. So, but yeah, that's the goal. We're gonna do it. Probably get it done as quickly as humanly possible, but we will see. So, there's the game. Alright, let's go. Do all of our expedition stuff as quickly as possible as well. I'm still mostly rock focused. Or rock and money focused. I used to just do food as well, but there's kind of no reason. It's an option, it's just not very good. Let's check. Is there... Alright. I had to check this because I wasn't entirely convinced my world level was okay. Because my world level is 7. But I think I need... what is it, like 2 more levels? Yeah. 53 to 55. I get to 55, it'll be slightly higher. Oh my god, this one is really boring. I wish I had something else to do. Whatever. Please. Blue cloth. Neither good nor bad. Yeah, they're never good nor bad. They're all rocks. Homie, I really dislike that side quest daily. It is so aggressively pointless. The guy is just like every time. He's like, you know, give me money and we can bet it back. And it's just like, it's so weird. It's so just pointless. The commission reward is like 4 times the amount of money I made on theoretically the gambling. Yeah, alright, lady. I need your stuff. I hear you're made out of nice things. Oh, hello. I didn't realize I had Jean. Jean recently got a really good item. We found it yesterday. Or not item, artifact. Into the tree. However, it'll be a while until it's leveled up enough to be really dangerous. At the moment, a lot of the upgrades into it are just, you know, just the cursory stuff to get it slightly up there. Oh, hey, buddy, you just fell out of the sky. Did that angel just fall? Did that crane just fall out of heaven, or am I losing it? Oh, time challenge. All right, well, we're gonna pass this up. There's currently an Abyss Mage at the very top, and I would like to beat him to death more than I'd like to bother with that right now. I say him, there's 3 of them. And also Core Lapis. If we get enough Core Lapis, we can upgrade, I believe it's Chongyun to the next level. However, the current Spiral Abyss is ice, so I really don't want to bother. But rest assured, it's there. Alright, let's go. That guy's gone. He'll come back to Earth eventually. Yeah, that doesn't work out, buddy. Oh, that was so cool. I got a fucking combo off of the explosion from Ganyu's ability into Jean's E. Can we bring him forward? There we go. 10k, that's what I like to see. That was a crit off of a... the damage on those abilities doesn't roll, by the way. It just kind of just works. So, that's really consistent, and I really enjoy that. Alright, buddy. I don't have any way to get through your shield right now. I just, you know, just kind of chilling. Gonna teleport? Alright. Goodbye. Thanks for playing. Another good crit, although he had 4 health left, so it's not the most valuable crit, but you know what? We did recently increase the crit chance on Jean, so more crits are always better. There it is. Just gonna take a swig of water real quick before I start this. Okay, here we go. Alright, here we go. Alright, great. Why not? See, that was cool. That was cool. I'm a fan of that. Nothing like pulling out the tech out of nowhere to get myself rolling a little bit faster. Grab this crab and make this guy disappear. Very good, I'm a fan of that. So, now we have 2 dailies left. They can be anywhere, but they might as well be over here. Impregnable defense, yay! I love spending time. It's a very time inefficient ability, but it's fine. Was there cheesing flowers up there? I think there were. We're gonna check. We're gonna make it a one-way drive because I need these for Ganyu's level up, I believe. I believe I have enough to level her up to 80 and get... However, I need ice rocks, which is... Of course not a thing we're gonna do. We're gonna be doing Jean and my fire people because if I level up my ice person even more, I am not going to be able to do the Spiral Abyss at all. Everybody will laugh at me. And it'll be very frustrating. Yeah, good one, Gene. Steady, go! Alright. Good old Blizzard here. Get this guy off of the thing. Can't say I've ever had this fail by losing the health, but I can always retry it. There's no, I wouldn't say there's no danger, but there's less danger than, you know, really need to worry about. Now, of course, something to note, by the way, something that makes Sucrose slightly stronger than Jean, at least in the regards of how I play. Jean's ability is stamina-based. Her normal attacks cost no stamina, but her strong attack does, and it doesn't cost very much stamina, but it'll basically cancel out any regen you got going. And but her E ability drains stamina while it's being channeled. So, unfortunately, if you do a bunch of jumping around and running like I do, what ends up happening pretty much every single time is that teleport literally just like right on top of this hill. It's got to be higher than that, right? It can't just be like 3 feet away from the domain. It's like 3 feet away from the domain. Man, this game is frustrating. This is my least favorite place to teleport to, simply because of the way that thing is set up, and I cannot believe it's even worse than I thought. But anyway, so Jean has a stamina cost, of course, on her abilities, and that means if you're doing a lot of sprinting and running around, you're basically costing yourself. You're making it so your E is less strong. And for Jean, and the way I have her set up, her most powerful abilities is her E and her ult. Both of which, or one doesn't require stamina, it just requires energy, which regenerates over time anyway. So. There we go. That guy. It's like I got careless, and it's like, no, you're being comboed to death, buddy. You can't really get anything better than this. Ah, dang. They broke my shield. Oh my god. She just smacked Barber right out of that. Or, well, after it finished. A nice feature of this game is your ults make you invincible, so you can use them to basically avoid damage for free. I say for free. They cost shit tons of time and have a giant cooldown, but for what it's worth... Excuse me? Oh, the cook. Why am I allowed to cook in combat? You know what, developer, never mind. Don't take that as a problem. Cooking in combat sounds like a great thing. You know, sometimes you get the munchies in between striking fist. And that was all the dailies. That's a pretty quick one, but unfortunately, we still have resin. Or fortunately. Unfortunately, fortunately. It depends on how you look at the gacha, you know, daily grind minigame system. In my opinion, very bad. But in reality, I'd probably play this game a lot in one afternoon and then I'd never play it again. 20 Primo Gems. That seems a little bit lenient. Or, sparse. Alright, so our option is Fire or Amino in order to level up Jean. So we're going to do Fire. Now let's check this guy real quick. He gives us Fire, Cold, Water, like all these rocks, but unfortunately, he does give us Gold Rocks, and I can't use Gold Rocks at all, and... Let's go. I prefer the targeted farm, and I feel like the way that particular rock boss gives us rewards is it won't give us rewards based on stuff like, you know, it won't give us 4 gold rocks. It'll give us decreasing levels of value.
Need my help?
But it'll, you know, it's a whole thing. But right now we're just gonna beat up the Wapple Feathers as tradition. These poor people constantly cause problems for the local populace, and it's me. I'm a local right now. I am a local wherever I travel. But the biggest thing right now is these guys drop us rewards that I need for pretty much every Catalyst character I have. Barbara and Sucrose are both fully upgraded. However, you never know. There always could be another one. I could roll, you know, a wish or whatever and get like some crazy 5-star weapon, and then I'll have to ask myself whether or not I want to get it or not. So we farm those guys because they're on the way. They take an entire day to respawn, I believe, so farming them is just a piece of the process. Oh yeah, also, after we kill this boss, I'm actually going to go do the 3 ley lines for the daily, because that is the current week's little thing or whatever, is basically those dailies give out extra money. So, we're going to do that as well. Man, this guy's just not thrilled to be hit by my abilities here. Man, music is good. Nice, nice. Easy, easy game. I think we refreshed Diona's cooldown for free there. That or, you know, some weird stuff happened while I was pressing those buttons.
No touching. Go, Barbara, go! Think you can bully me? Let the show begin. All hail. Look at you! Go, go! No touching. Wind, hear me. I'll protect us.
Alright, that was fun. I'm a real fan of that. Ah, man. We get just completely decimated on rocks. That was, emotionally devastating. Don't think I'll recover. I'm gonna go beat up some, leyline people in order to feel better. I think this one down here... I think we want to do this one. The difference between the two colors is one's gold and one's blue. Blue gives experience and gold gives money. Both are required to level up characters. However, the locations of them basically can sometimes determine different, what you call it. They can sometimes give you different monster spawns. And the monsters that spawn from the ley lines drop equipment, so or not equipment, but items and whatnot. So we're just gonna check the map real quick to make sure. Yep, 2 times. Gotta make sure, otherwise we'll do one for free. And you know. All right, we gotta beat these guys up. I need a lot of their material that they're made out of, which isn't flesh, by the way. It is simply just dollar signs, I think. Is the nice stuff that they have inside of them. Full cooldown on her ability, so we'll swap to Diona and Ganyu. There we go. Alright, that's some damage.
Let the show begin. Access denied.
Yeah, that's what I like. Good old actual combos going. Having multiple ice people on the same team is usually a bad idea because if we come against an ice monster, we basically will spend 30 minutes smacking it. Do we get him? Okay, we didn't. Good. Ah, this one. Alright. We'll just ult and pray. This this is the only environment where I feel like an archer actually does something. But that's because they have effectively homing projectiles, and melee people do sort of have homing projectiles, but
Look at you! Let the show begin. Go, Barbara, go!
it's one of those weird things where you kind of prefer to hit people. You prefer to hit people 100% of the time rather than less accurately.
Born of ice and frost. Let me amuse myself a little.
Unfortunately, we didn't get a combo out of that, but I think we will be fine. Yeah, good old nap on the ground. These stupid bugs don't drop gosh darn shit, so killing it is simply a formality. Yeah, double XP, why not? XP, by the way, is it's a random number between, like, I think the lower bound is 6 or whatever. Or maybe the lower bound is like 4 and the upper bound is 6. But it is very random, and it's very unfortunate. So using the double on it is very... We're just kind of praying that we high roll and get the most amount of free XP drops as possible from the rolls, but don't hold out hope. Uh, any game that's random is going to be aggressively uh, against you. Although this is Ruin Guardian, so that'll be fun. I can't remember what particular item I was upgrading, but I was upgrading something that basically required Ruin Guardian items. Oh, nope, I am lying. It is these guys. Come on, everybody. Line up into the clown cart. So we need Ganyu to have max energy for this next bit because it's going to spawn 4 more guys. Easy mode. That hurt. But thankfully, pretty much impossible to die with Jean and party. This particular party is really good at surviving pretty much everything. Because Diona creates shields, Barbara grants a healing thing that heals pretty much everybody about 10% of their health per second. Well, not 10, well, I'd say it's like 5% per second because the timing on it is slower. And if she really wants you to come back to life, you can. And if anyone dies, they get resurrected by Barbara as well. Because she is a white mage necromancer. But more than that, everybody has like an AoE, or Diona and Jean have AoE healing ults, and Jean has a left click heal as well, where every time she basic attacks, it does a 50-50, and if it wins, then you get get healing. This is the shit I was talking about, where we're going to spend 30 minutes fighting these guys. We can't get through these shields outside of just hitting them forever. So we're just going to smack them until they go away. We're going to do a little bit of Barbara every couple of seconds to get... she has the Exile set, which heals, or not heals, but gets energy every time she does every time she does an ult, she gets a bunch of free energy to everybody. And the free energy, of course, is going to let us get our ult back as soon as possible so we can actually go back to dealing damage. As you can see with me hitting these ice abilities, they are immune to the ice, so they just sit there and take no damage. It's just, man. The good news, of course, is the fact that I have double ice on this team, which means that everybody, when they get hit, or because they are so ice infused, they have a high chance of being crit. And here we go again. Just pray that this is enough damage to stop this guy from putting his shield back on. Hey, we got one. So unfortunately after this, we will be fighting even more ice people. But I think it's the Wapu Feather. Wapu Feather? Wapu Feather. And the Wapu Feather has isn't immune to this, really, so he's not as bad. Oh man. It's just brutal. Just weighing into this slime over and over. Alright. Let's pray that literally anybody else is like not ice. Yeah, look at that. Alright, so we have 2 water guys and an ice guy. So, as a law of action RPGs, we will just fight the most dangerous one, and the other guys will just hopefully die from splash damage or whatever. Come here, buddy.
Wind, hear me.
Just wanna talk. Oh god. I can't break through this. I can deal damage to it, but I cannot break through it. Oh man. Oh, come on. I'm infused with, or the other enemies basically couldn't infuse me with ice, really, because I wouldn't let them attack me for any reason. So I never got frozen when I activated Barbara's ability. Which, Barbara's ability covers you in water, and if water or touches ice, you get frozen. But the Barbara's thing or whatever, just if you can play the game of never touch the ground and never get hit, then it's very strong. However, that Wabu Feather activated his shield ability, which basically the way those enemies work is if you take too long to beat them and you don't beat past their elemental shield by using either neutral or effective elemental abilities against them, they will proceed to just do some kind of crazy ability. For some of them, it's super dangerous. For most people, it's kind of whatever. For that guy, it is a kind of a barrage attack, and of course, it has its value. We're gonna beat up this guy because I don't the way, if I fight the fire boss on purpose, see, broke past the shield or whatever, and now he's dead. Whenever I fight the pyro boss more than once, I go down through the entrance the first time, and then I do this the next time. That way I can beat up that last Wapu Feather. Or Wapu Flower. Hey buddy, how you doing? We're just gonna ult over and over real quick. Alright, alright.
Access denied.
Yeah. I mean, that's damage. Not a lot, but it's damage. So, we'll use Diona's ability to activate this and get more power energy on that. Activate this ult into this one. Activate this to heal myself a little bit, and then once it gets into the hit stun state, we can then swap to people that deal real damage. Jean, by the way, has a constellation, which makes it so if she channels her E, you hear that little ability thing, and then whenever that goes off, you get a little bit of extra damage. By a little bit, I mean it almost does double. Which, you know, combined with crit and whatever, is very, very good. Alright, covered in water. Smack that for the swirl effect, which combos again with Jean's artifact set. More damage on swirls, which is really good because Amino is very interesting in the way it interacts with all the other elements. It's effectively supercharges the other elements by existing. So you get a lot of power out of having an Amino person just on your team somewhere. However, we're going to get rid of her because we're going to go fight a certain boss that doesn't like the fact that we have an Amino character on our team. Yeah, we'll do Diana. We'll do a crit setup. So we're going to go all the way up here to fight this boss. The reason why we're bothering, of course, is because there is a not really a cooldown, but it takes a couple minutes or whatever for the boss to spawn back. And while it's taking time for the boss to spawn back, you can just go fight a different boss and then come back to that one. Do we have the resin for it? We don't have the resin for it. Ooh. Alright, Battle Pass, what's up? So we got tomorrow's daily to fight that boss and get the reward related to it. So I think what we're gonna do is just a regular old domain, actually. Although I kind of killing that guy and getting arrowheads made me realize that I probably should fight this domain or this thing over here and get the and just pray that it spawns guys with arrows. And if it spawns guys with arrows, then that's a good day. Dr. Livingstone, transport request. No, I don't need $4. Appreciate the thought though.
No touching.
Okay, so we're gonna beat this guy up and then we'll run out of resin. And I'm not really sure what else to do. Uh, that'd be pretty much everything we need to do today. I didn't check any of the domains to see if there's anything farm or required to farm today, but pretty much those upgrade rocks are the biggest thing. Hey, okay.
No touching.
So earlier, of course, we were trying to fight that guy,
No, Barbara.
or this guy in particular, and he took goddamn forever because nobody on the team was strong against ice. But here we are, completely shredding him simply because the color of our damage is purple rather than white. Oh, nice.
For Rex Lapis.
We get a easy couple of arrowheads out of these guys. I procced my parry in an attempt to get hit, but then nobody hit me. Which is just like a weird thing of this game. There's a whole lot of stuff where it's just like people will just straight up not touch you for no reason. And obviously the idea is, you know, the game kind of doesn't want you to get injured all the time by endless abilities. But it just reminds me of like you know, the advice in PoE or whatever against making a Thorns build is you realize really quickly how many times people or how many people don't actually hit you when you're in maps and whatnot running around. So it's like I think about that all the time in here where it's just like having an ability where it requires you to get hit to proc. Sometimes you'll just never actually activate it. The game will just be like, nah, I don't feel like hitting you today. Sorry. Come back later. Wow, that was a hell of a run. We just pressed E and then everybody died. Those are two melee people. They don't really need our attention. So we're going to go here, grab all that. We're currently 46, which is really funny because it caps out at 50, and we have 15 days left. This particular event is a week out. So tomorrow is 160 resin or whatever, and we just need 110 to get this, and just need to defeat one more boss to get that. This is about 1,000 on top of this, so we'll max out our weekly thing. Literally tomorrow. So there's no reason to spend any extra resin or whatever to go fight a funny boss or anything, because we got all the stuff we really need. Let's see, is there anything... nah, there's like only 2 story quests left, really. There is, of course, this, but I've already completed the Stand By Me thing. And none of these particular rewards are very exciting, so there's no reason for me to do that right now. Leyline overflow has been taken. So yeah, that's it, guys. There's nothing left of today's dailies. But every day I try to upgrade this stream in a very small way. Today's upgrade is going to be attempting to play a different video game after the stream. So obviously the stream's only 30 minutes long. So we're going to quietly transition to another game that I've actually been trying to beat.
I'm always ready.
Let's see. Do we have a game transition screen? We do not. We have a BRB screen, but that's kind of inaccurate. But it's okay. I'll be talking over it so people will just be like, well, it says BRB, but it sounds like he's here. Does he know the screen is on? But we're gonna click off Genshin right there. We're gonna right click Steam. We're gonna open this up. So, da, da, da. Let's see, game capture 3 is not generic enough to game capture what I'm trying to game capture, so we're going to game capture this. Da, da. Any full time specific window. Which window? This window. Yes. Okay. So welcome to a game I've played. I don't know if it's going to show up on Steam. Ah, the overlay does not. But rest assured, I've played it for 5,000 hours. So we're going to play this for a little bit. I know, of course, everyone's excited. I do. Actually, yeah. Unfortunately, I think it'd be a weird thing to do to like attach it to the back or whatever of this, because we've done, you know, the stream's called Genshin Dailies 9. Oh, we could do this, and we can do that. Do that. All right. Okay. Save that. All right. Cool. So, Genshin Dailies into Path of Exile. It's very, very mixed, very messed up, but the we're just gonna do this for the next about like 30 minutes or whatever, just to say that we did, just to give it a shot. I'm gonna have to check the audio levels as well to make sure everything is okay. I normally have the game really low. Ooh, that's funny. So the game plays on my speakers instead of my headset, so I'm just gonna have to edit that real quick. Please play my headset. Nice. I think that's about balanced. I'm not entirely sure. Let me see. Mic is there and that is there. So about, I'm gonna turn it a little bit down because it's gonna be making loud banging noises eventually.
For freedom.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, that looks good. So we're gonna do this for a little bit. Smack into that 1 hour mark just to say that we did. This is currently Act 10. Spoilers for an action RPG thing or whatever. So I'll probably quickly explain the build as well. Oh boy, that's loud. There we go. I think that'll be acceptable. Not entirely convinced. Okay, so what we got here is a skill called Lancing Steel, which does a thing I'd like to call, I guess it's close to Unlimited Blade Works from that one anime I haven't seen yet. But the idea is, effectively, at the lowest form of it, with no charges, your guy does a right click and it throws about 4 projectiles out. However, if you hit Call of Steel, which is a skill that it gives you, whenever you right click, it fires, I think 50% more, I think it says. So basically double. So what you do with that is scale projectiles, and you can fire more little projectiles out. It's very cute. I like it a lot. However, there's a couple shenanigans going on with the build, which is part and parcel for pretty much every build I play at this point. Shenanigan number 1 is the basically impale. So the way impale works in this game is if you hit somebody, they gain an impale charge, which does whatever your damage against them was, I think it's like 10% of the damage you dealt against them. Uh, it gives it 5 stacks, and then whenever you hit them again, the next 5 times after that, it hits them again with that damage. So what ends up happening is this skill, which fires like 8 projectiles, creates in total like 40 impales. However, the uh, it won't override new impales, I believe, with stronger ones. It'll just execute them. So what you end up getting is uh, it's typically 15 or 50% of your damage applied to the people that you're fighting just again. And against regular enemies like I'm fighting right now, where I'm just kind of just killing everybody or whatever with reckless abandon, these guys kind of just don't care. They die in like 2 to 3 hits anyway, so the fact that I'm impaling them doesn't really matter. It might go off once or twice, and that's not super important for fighting those guys. But where it becomes important is against bosses, which I don't think I can summon any like really dangerous rares, but enemies that don't go down immediately from my ability basically start really getting affected by the impale, and it really starts hurting them. So I like it. It's one of those comfort builds I play every once in a while, where basically the game is, says like the game sometimes gets a little bit hard and not very fun to play. So if I'm not having fun playing a build, I'll go back and play old builds like this one, where it's just, the mechanic. I believe last raid was updated this league to do this. Before, it was a very janky, kind of weird version of itself, where it would fire projectiles left and right of you. And these left and right projectiles were cool and all, but it was basically balanced for annoyance, where it was like you can hit an enemy multiple times with your projectiles, which is really cool in this kind of game. You like to hit people with the same ability multiple times. There's a lot of mechanics in order to kind of do that. However, uh, it wasn't very reliable, and enemies that were really big were kind of the only people that were susceptible to it. And not every boss is big enough for you to get hit multiple times by that kind of effect. So, inevitably what they did, of course, was rework it, as they do with any kind of new thing they made that's unpopular. They're just like, ah, shit, we fucked up, kind of time to change it. So, it was changed back to uh, the way it is now. Or, well, it was changed to the way it is now, which is effectively a barrage for melee weapons, where you fire a million projectiles rather than just firing a single strong one or swinging your sword once and hitting a bunch of people. So what we're doing right now, of course, is just seeing if we can beat the game really quickly. There is a boss on the other side of the map, or this particular zone, that I need to fight for reasons. It gives me a skill point, which, of course, if you've never played Path of Exile and for some reason you found this video, well, probably found it because I have all these Genshin tags from my Genshin Dailies. And you're like wondering, what is the other half of this video about? But, what's it called? The skill tree, it looks like this. It's, it's a lot. But, uh, once you do it once or twice, you're just like, oh, okay, that's what all the circles do. I get it. So, just gonna quickly shred through here, go through this thing. Go kill, one of the more annoying bosses in the game. I don't find her mechanics that annoying. It's easy to walk your way out of them. But most people kind of like the guy that stands at the end of the room. That's really big design of bosses. You know, nothing against stuff like that, but people will like what they like. Can't really stop them from having opinions or designing or putting up game design information out there and being like, this is the way games should be designed. I played 30 minutes of Call of Duty. I know what I'm talking about. That'd be valuable in some kind of eater. Well, 68? No, it's 66. The item level for that is way too low for me to consider it a value. Although this isn't, though. That's a shame. Oh, wait, never mind. I have 3 left. For some reason, I thought I only had 1. I thought I, like, left a couple in an area before. This mechanic, by the way, is, so, you like colonialism? This is, like, hyper-colonialism. Basically, there's this ancient civilization called the Vol, that have, like, advanced technology and all this other stuff that the only reason they kind of downfalled is because they're pretty much just super fanatical. And everybody that ever met them didn't like them. So, you know, your standard nobody likes you kind of player or whatever in Civ. And everybody would just gang up on them whenever they had the chance. But they had all this advanced technology and all these like relics and all these like this weird history and stuff. So, you know, people are very curious. Like, okay, they got all this weird shit. You know, let's study it and try to figure out what it's about. And Alva, her whole thing or whatever, is effectively this little portal thing that she sends you to. It sends you back to the past before this temple could be finished. When she was, you know, researching it, and she was like, okay, you know, I figured how to travel back in the past in order to find the temple. But then she figured out that by going back to the past, you can actually influence this temple's progress by like making certain architects, people that were like designing the temple, more popular or less popular. And because this is an action RPG, instead of politics, you just murder people. So you kill the person that you don't like, and you let live the other one that you do like. And they gain influence over the temple, and they change it in ways that you want. For my temple right now, there's like a guy that's like super corrupted. There's a guy right here that has money. The person that we just helped out is a pack rat, and so he upgrades it from a warehouse to a museum of artifacts, which effectively is just a really random room that has almost everything in the game. So it'll be fun to go back through there and murder all those people and get all that stuff. We're gonna do the We're gonna hold off on allocating this passive point. There's a lot wrong with my tree, but I'm not gonna get into it here. I didn't mean to click on this. Oh no, the boss is like right over there. It's fine. But oh yeah, so the gimmick of the build, by the way, outside of, you know, Impale and all this physical stuff, is I'm using a very cool weapon. Probably my favorite weapon in the game. Varner Varnuasta? Varnostraza? I don't know. I've never been able to pronounce it right. People correct me all the time, and then they correct me in different ways, so I don't know what to do. But the gimmick of this weapon is right here. Counts as all one-handed melee types at the bottom of the blue text there. Because it counts as all one-handed melee types, if you're scaling 2 types of damage at the same time, instead of having a really, you know, good axe or a really good sword or being able to dual wield both, you can now dual wield just one weapon that has gets bonuses from both. So the way that influences itself is this thing. It's a cluster jewel that gets me increased damage. Oop. Let's put her back in her infinite phase or whatever, where she can't do anything other than attack me. Ironically, a boss that's just endlessly attacking you from complete invulnerability is probably the weakest position they can be in. Okay, she's gone. So, right here, it says 12% increased hits and ailments with axes and swords. Uh, so because it's scaling both of those damage types at the same time, we can use this sword to exploit the fact that it's two at the same time. Because normally it's one or one or the other. There's a similar cluster jewel that does like physical damage, and physical damage is 12% as well. So it's just a fun, silly way to scale that particular item, rather than doing it the correct way,
You
of course.
return from your hunt triumphant. Then Violenta is dead.
There'll be time for that soon enough.
Yeah, Bannon, how you doing? Yeah, Sin, how you doing? Dump all these items in here. Just see if we can make $1 million real quick. Nope. 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 Hey, $1 million. This is my money-making scheme. Tell nobody. Evasion rating. We'll take that. We can actually use that. Two passives. We're just gonna not think about it very hard, and then just put it. There's no like easy life nodes that I can grab right now, which is we can grab those two. Basically, because my defenses or my offenses scale so hard right now, I'm kind of focusing
There'll be
solely
time
on
for that soon enough.
giving my tree defenses, because I don't want to die. All right, so I'm gonna go over here real quick. But yeah, just wanted to show off this game. Also stall for time. This particular build has been a lot of fun to play. Lancing Steel normally is just kind of so weird, you know? It's you throw like one projectile out and then like four other ones come out. And it's never enough damage to kill the things you want to kill with it. But this setup, perfectly fine. Also, by the way, something really funny about Von Estraza and the way it works. There's a lot of skill gems in this game that have requirements where you can only use like a sword or an axe with it or a dagger. However, because Von Estraza is all damaged or all weapon types, you can actually use really wacky combos together. Notable one is Whirling Blades and Earthquake. Whirling Blades is a kind of alright movement skill. It's basically a quick way to teleport between one place and another and hit everything in between. And Earthquake is an incredibly damaging ability. Uh, However, it's just slow, and you have to scale into some weird stats to make it really good. And however, you can use both of them at the same time if you use Von Estraza, which is just kind of weird. Also, for some reason, with the Lancing Steel, my guy only attacks with one weapon, even though I'm dual wielding. It's purely visual, and I believe, I really hope, that he's attacking with both weapons. I read the skill gem and I tried to interpret it, for dual wielding and not dual wielding, and both interpretations turned up the same. But yeah, the no idea if what's it called? If it's broken. Because if it is broken, or broken, if it doesn't matter if I'm dual wielding or shielding, then I'll run a shield and exploit the rest of the gladiator ascendancy. But if it's dual wielding, then I'll exploit the dual wielding part of the ascendancy, which is basically the only concession and problem I have with it right now. Is it's keeping my brain from functioning on whether or not I can do one thing or the other. Also, good news, we do have enough, we do have a strong enough mana pool to start running new abilities. Or not new abilities, but what's it called? Strong enough mana pool to start running.
I can't do this just yet.
Just sit there and uh, like dance around the guy because I'm waiting. I'm having to get my charges back, and the only way to get my charges back is to like tap R between packs. Yeah. Get in there. There we go. I didn't want to hit this. This one's not dangerous, but attack speed is weird for this build because it's not the most amazing stat to have. Which is really weird considering to how most builds I play work. Attack speed effectively just decreases the time it takes for me to activate my ability, or to get it to deal damage in the first place. By the way, Sniper's Mark is causing the guy to basically radiate out my projectiles. It has a really cool effect now, where anybody that is hit by a projectile, it'll split 3 ways afterwards. So it's really good for just, filling the screen full of projectiles for fun. Can I please have your life essence? Wow, I got smacked. It's a good thing I was fine. Increase? That's fine. Movement speed while Fly Flask is inconsistent, but it's fine. Hey, Bannon. Oh, no! Who knew that was going to happen? Why didn't they tell me?
Remember,
That's not terrible. Into my pocket it goes. Alright, so we just have the rest of the game to finish.
There'll be time for that soon enough.
Big sad Crab Chan? Why you big sad? Oh boy. Feels like my mouth is full of ash. Ooh, thank you. Alright, so last part of the game, we just need to zip on through it. There's a bunch of hallways with some of the stronger enemies in the game, I should say. There's some really bad ones in there. These handmaidens have a stomach exploded, or not? Those aren't handmaidens. I don't know what these guys' names are. These guys or whatever deal fire damage over time to you. So if you're doing a damage, or if you're doing a run with like 1 life, warped regurgitator. Oh well. I gave him peace eventually. The oh, what's it called? It's like those guys are really dangerous, the warped regurgitators, because they can die, and when they die, they can last hit you. The flame people or whatever that have a fire over time aura make it so you just take fire over time when you're next to them, and if you don't have capped resists or even, a decent amount of resists, they can gang up on you and deal way too much damage. Plus they have a fire attack themselves, so getting hit is a bad thing. For all the other monsters or whatever, there's some mages in there that are really frustrating. There's a giant 4-winged guy that I murdered. He's pretty bad as well. He basically, he's a demon. Just not great person to hang around with. So now we got... Man, this layout is just all kinds of messed up. Oh, it's going in on itself. Cool. But yeah, this is like it's rare. It's so funny because a lot of places in this game I wouldn't really consider that dangerous. There's just a couple of zones that spike really hard, and people are like very obviously aware of the danger of those areas because of how spiky they are. But a majority of the rest of the areas just aren't as bad. So at the very last area, we get a delirium mirror as well, which is cute. Basically spawns a bunch of extra monsters in this area, and it has a slowly increasing effect as you go through the area. Or the farther you are from the portal, or from the mirror, the more dangerous the world gets. So you kind of don't want to be here for very long, but you get better rewards based on how long or how long and far you're going. And of course, how many people you kill. If you don't kill anybody, then you're just going into a deeper and more dangerous place over and over. Perfect. That guy is the infamous cannot die aura that people love. I won't regret this. The cannot die aura is very interesting. A lot of people have a lot of things to say about it. Effectively, for people with lower end computers, it can actually be really frustrating to fight against simply because it will uh, it'll force a bunch of calculations over and over, and it'll make it very difficult to actually like beat the area.
I can't do this just yet.
Oh my god, this door. What is going on? Oh, I know what's going on. Everything is like Delirium has scaled the difficulty so high that the simple door is very frustrating to fight through. Oh, I want. Sorry, Vegan. There's a delirium I want to keep up with. I'm currently getting weapons and random items from it. How exciting! But yeah, should be a legendary fight against the final boss. Spell damage, huh? Interesting. Life and mana recovery from flasks. I don't think I've seen that one. And a, chaos bow, but we are much too far for any of these upgrades to really matter to us, because I already got the weapons I'm going to be using for the end of the game anyway. Ooh. Oh, boy. That's a shame. It's like death number 2. Or probably 3, actually? Because I died doing something stupid like a million years ago. That's 4 times. Interesting. Because I know I died in lab, and I know I died doing something stupid, and I just died right there. But there's just probably one extra death I can't even remember. Yeah. Get out of here. Get out of here. There we go. Just me and the boss and my 2 angel friends and his infinite list of ads as well. Ah, he won't even
I
get to
can't
do
do
his
this
cool
just yet.
ability because we beat him up too much.
May a new dawn arise.
Not bad, not bad. We take those. And negative 60 all res, so we're currently sitting on 71 fire, but that's fine. I can rebalance some of these numbers later.
It's over.
It's over. But yeah, just wanted to get that done because I had it in the back of my mind while I was playing Genshin. I was like, after I do my dailies, I'm gonna beat this. And now that it's over, I can probably go and take a nap. We'll get that last. Oh wow, look at that. The 10% elemental resist out of these two nodes gave me enough to get over my deficit, so now I can participate in the end game. Well, that was fun. I'm going to probably take a nap. Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching, and we'll what's it called? Just wanted to, of course, you know, try out the whole what's it called? Try out doing a different game after the dailies just for fun. But tomorrow, of course, we will do more ley lines, fight more red boss, fight more green boss, and that'll be that. So I'll see you guys next time.